It's time to check back in on our Maker Monday feature this week. And our live maker, Katie Inman, is at the All Y'all Skincare Studio in East Knoxville, learning the behind-the-scenes process on how these inclusive products are made. And Katie, you're doing a great job so far cutting up that soap.
Thank you, Brittany. You know, I told Mel, I said, I'm not afraid to get my hands dirty. And she said, well, really, your hands are going to get clean whenever you're cutting the soap. And she's right. So I am here again with Mel because I have learned so much about soap making today. And there's a lot that goes into it to get it to that cutting stage. Sort of talk about that process.
Yeah, there is. So soap is made by combining lye, which is caustic, with oils. So when those combine and heat up, they turn into soap molecules. So it's a little bit, it can be dangerous at the beginning if you're not careful, but we're pretty careful. And like I said, we do about 200 pounds at a time. So that is a full day of soap making. And so it is making the soap, which takes hours, curing for 3 days, freezing for 24 hours so we can get it out of the mold, then cutting it, and then curing it for 6 weeks.
Wow, you have to have a lot of patience.
You do, yes. And you have to plan ahead because in the middle of summer, you need to be making your fall soaps.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Wow. There's so much that I have never even thought about that goes into this, but it is important to you to use those great ingredients like we talked about last half hour, but also to make sure you have a good quality project. I also can't help but think this started in your kitchen.
Yes. It did. It started in my kitchen with a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old and making soap at night after work. So, and people kept liking it, and all of a sudden it turned into a business. So, yeah.
Oh my goodness. And why is it important to you? I know that you have a very strong brand with All Y'all Skincare. Why is it important for people to support local makers and creatives? Because you're based here in Knoxville, but also a brand like yours.
Well, one thing people don't think about when you shop local is that about 80% of what you spend is going to be put into that community. So when you buy my soap, then I pay my hairdresser, who might be your sister. So we're all doing better when we shop local. And then also, it's a brand thing, making sure that gender isn't a barrier for people. We donate to a lot of causes for our trans friends and for our queer community. And so when you're shopping and getting our products, you are also supporting that.
Mel, thank you so much for being on with us today on 10 About Town, and we are so glad to get to show people the behind-the-scenes sort of work that goes behind a brand like All Y'all Skincare. You can shop online, find them on social media as well if you are interested, and be on the lookout for that pumpkin spice scented soap. But for now, we want to go ahead